Hi friends, Vanakkam and Namaskar. In this class, let us discuss about thermodynamic process, especially about adiabatic and isentropic process. So first, let us see what is meant by adiabatic, and then we'll see about isentropic. So, okay, first of all, we need to understand certain things. So, thermodynamic process, because in any system there is a process. So that process happens based on certain conditions. So that is what we call it as thermodynamic process. So in the thermodynamic process, we have a several process. So constant pressure process, constant volume process, and constant temperature, and okay, and then we have a adiabatic and a isentropic. So in this, what is meant by adiabatic? So adiabatic also is a kind of process in the thermodynamic system where the heat transfer okay equal to zero. So when we say heat transfer is zero in the thermodynamic system, so let us see this is the system, and within the system, so there is a process. Then that process, okay, is not allowing heat to go outside. So if no heat is allowed to go outside the system, and then no heat is allowed to enter into the system. So this is what we call it as adiabatic process. It means okay, it doesn't have any possibility to allow the system. That means heat transfer. So that is the thing we need to understand. So and then so this is very important in the case of adiabatic process. And then this is defined by the law. So this process happening in certain way. So that is defined by the law. That is nothing but PV power gamma equal to C. So we know nothing what is meant by pressure. P is nothing but pressure. V is nothing but volume. And gamma is nothing but specific heat ratio. That is nothing but we call it as Cp by Cv. So this is what. So this is what okay defines about the thermodynamics. That means thermodynamic system, nothing but adiabatic system. And then in the case of isentropic, so what is meant by isentropic? That is very important. So isentropic means two things we need to understand. So first thing is what is? First thing is the process is adiabatic. So that is. So first thing is the process is adiabatic, and then second thing the process is reversible. So when we say it is reversible, so that is very important. And when we say adiabatic, just now we saw what is meant by adiabatic process. So isentropic is nothing but two things to be considered. One is the process is adiabatic, another one is the process is reversible. Okay. So okay, adiabatic has been we have discussed, and then what is meant by reversible? Reversible is nothing but this is nothing but no loss. When we say reversible, this is nothing but no loss. So this is what we need to understand. So that means no loss due to this process. So when we say process is reversible, so that is nothing but no loss. That is loss is taking place. So that is the thing we need to understand. And then what is meant by no loss? How to understand from the process? So that is also we need to just see. Isentropic. The name itself is just say isentropic. Isentropic is nothing but just we just write it as in this way, isoentropic. So that is what, or we can just say isoentropy also, isoentropic or isoentropy. Okay, so we can say. So isoentropy is nothing but what to say. That means same entropy. Iso means we know same. So it is nothing but same entropy. So what is meant by same entropy? So before that, we need to understand what is meant by entropy. So that is one thing. So entropy is nothing but this is yes. So entropy is nothing but simply if you want to say is loss of energy. So the, even though there may be many definitions, and this way it is very easy for you to understand. Entropy is nothing but loss of energy. So when we say loss of energy, it means when the process happens. So because of the process, there are some losses. Okay, and in the case of isentropic, what happens? Since the process is reversible, no loss. So that is why isoentropy means, it means same entropy, no loss. So no losses are taking place. So that is what we need to understand. So when we say increase in entropy or a change in entropy, so that is and all happening. So when we say change in entropy, so or increase in entropy, so it means the losses are taking place. It means the losses are increasing. It is what we need to understand. Losses are increasing. So losses will never decrease. So according to second law of thermodynamics, losses will never decrease. So that is why losses are always increasing. That is what we call it as a change in entropy or increase in entropy. So this is what we need to understand from the isentropic process. So for the isentropic process also, it can be defined by the law, that is PV power gamma equal to C. The same law we can apply, because isentropic process nothing but adiabatic. So we know the adiabatic process, how it is defined. So by that law we also can define by the for the isentropic process. So this is what about isentropic and adiabatic process. So hopefully you understand. So we'll see another topic in the next class.